Stop pretending $75,000 in this economy is any appreciable amount of money.
Time out. Okay, whoa. The year I left my job, Jesus Christ. The year I left my job, 2023, August, I was making $107,000 a year, okay? We still struggled. Should we do a breakdown? It was still hard to supply the necessary items for a family of four. I have 3 kids and me, single dad. $75,000 is not a livable wage anymore. And let me tell you why.
The average American's one-way commute time is just over 27 minutes.
So let's say an hour of drive time is the average to work and home.
The average US driver uses about 500 gallons of gasoline per year per registered vehicle. The average car sold in the United States gets an average of around 25 miles per gallon.
So we'll drop that. We'll say 25 miles to and from work. So it's 2 gallons of gas a day.
I don't know the price of gas in Michigan, but in the United States, the average price of gas over the past week was $3.02 per gallon.
32 gallons of gas a week. Just in gas, that's $1,064.
In 2018, the median annual cost of child care for one child, expressed in 2022 dollars, ranged from $5,357 to $17,171.
So on the top end, $17,000 a year. That comes right off the top, right?
Average monthly healthcare spending amounted to $513.
Let's go middle of the road on childcare. We're talking about $13,000. Add another $6,000 to that. We are up to $19,000 a year right off the top of your income.
The average cost of food per month for the typical American household is about $550.
Work, food, childcare, healthcare.
On average, the cost of living comes down to housing at about $7,000, transportation at $3,500, and food $2,500 for a total of $13,000 per person.
And I don't know if you noticed, but those estimates were far lower than what we worked out.
The average rent in the United States is $1,560 per month.
Let's do it at the average of $1,500. So now we're up to what, $47,000 out of that $75,000 just for basic housing costs and survival costs. So that leaves $25,000 a year to have some sense of life. Man, let's add clothing into it.
Average American families spend approximately $1,600 to $1,800 annually on clothing, shoes, and accessories, which translates to between 3 and 4% of their household incomes.
Oh, you know what? Back to school. I almost forgot about back to school.
On average, families with children in elementary through high school spend about $890 on school supplies. The average annual residential gas bill ranges from $420 to $1,600 plus, depending on the state.
$1,600, $800, being conservative. Call that $10,000. Okay, now we're down to how much? How much? $15,000, right?
The average monthly electric bill in the US is $136.84.
Got like $9,000. Oh, auto insurance?
The average cost of auto insurance in the US is $880 for a 6-month policy.
There goes another $1,600. Call it $7,500 left.
On average, it costs over $18,000 per year to raise a child in the USA.
Oh, well, now we're in the hole.
The average income tax in America is 14%.
Call it $10,000. That $75,000 is $65,000. $75,000 a year is not $75,000 a year. It's closer to $65,000 a year, and we were already in the hole at $75,000 a year. I make far less than $75,000 a year now. However, I have the best life I've had in the last decade, thanks to this app and you guys who have made this possible for me to be home with my kids every day. $75,000 is not a livable wage. It's that simple.